Your toddler's brain is rewiring every second you're not watching. Right now, you think you're doing everything right. You bought the educational toys, you read the bedtime stories, you even limit screen time like all the experts say. But there are 9 invisible mistakes happening in your home that you don't even know about. They're not the obvious ones, like forgetting to buckle a car seat. These are subtle, daily habits that seem harmless, maybe even helpful. Here's the thing that'll keep you up tonight. These mistakes aren't damaging your child right away. They're quietly stealing their potential, one missed connection at a time. And the scariest part? You're probably doing at least 3 of them right now. These aren't the parenting fails that make you feel terrible. You won't find them in any "don't do this" article. That's what makes them so dangerous. Traditional parenting advice focuses on the big moments: reading time, educational activities, milestone tracking. But research on something called serve and return interactions shows us that brain architecture gets built in the tiny moments nobody talks about. The micro interactions, the split-second responses, the background environment your child's brain is swimming in every single day. Stop right there. I need you to take a breath. When these patterns continue, your child doesn't break, but their brain has to work twice as hard later to build what could have been effortless now. There are windows of opportunity that, once they close, require so much more effort to open again. But here's what I need you to hear. You're not failing your child. You're exhausted and doing your best with information that no one ever taught you. But here's what changes everything. I spent 2 years studying why some kids thrive while others struggle, even when they have similar resources and loving families. Working with developmental specialists and digging through the latest neuroscience research, I discovered something that changed how I see child development completely. One family I worked with changed just 3 simple habits. Within 6 weeks, their 3-year-old went from barely speaking 10 words to using full sentences and asking why about everything. I call it the invisible mistakes audit. 9 hidden patterns that are stealing your child's potential right now, and the simple swaps that can turn everything around. Mistake number 2 will shock you. It's happening in 90% of homes right now, even the ones trying to do everything right. And mistake number 7? Most parents think they're being helpful, but they're actually teaching their child to be helpless. Let's start with the mistake that's literally rewiring your child's attention span every single day. Mistake 1 of 9. Background. Everything you're running background noise constantly. The TV stays on for ambient sound. Podcasts play while you cook. Music fills every quiet moment because silence feels uncomfortable. Here's why this matters. Constant auditory input fragments your child's developing attention system. Instead of learning to tune in and focus deeply, their brain learns to tune out and skim the surface of everything. Picture this. Your child is building with blocks, totally absorbed. But the TV is on in the background. Every 30 seconds, their eyes dart to the screen. Their hands pause. That deep focus, the kind that builds concentration and problem-solving skills, gets interrupted over and over. Your 7-day swap creates silent windows. 2 hours each morning with 0 background sound. No music, no TV, no podcasts. Just you, your child, and the sounds they make naturally. You'll see their focus span increase noticeably within 10 days. But the next mistake is even more dangerous because parents think it's educational. Mistake 2 of 9, the phone interruption loop. You check your phone while your child talks to you. Not maliciously, you're just trying to stay on top of everything. You leave your phone within reach during playtime, even when you're trying to be present. This breaks what researchers call serve and return cycles. The back-and-forth interactions that literally build the neural pathways for language development. Here's what it looks like. Your child points excitedly at a dog and says, "Mama, woof woof." You're typing a quick text message, so you nod and say, "Uh-huh," without looking up. That moment of shared attention just got lost, and with it, a chance to strengthen their language connections. Your 7-day swap: create phone-free zones. Meals and the 30 minutes before bedtime become complete presence time. Phone goes in another room. Within 3 weeks, you'll notice a language explosion. Mistake 3 of 9, solo educational screen. You set your child up with educational apps or videos and let them watch alone because at least they're learning something. Here's the problem. Screens without adult co-viewing become passive consumption. The American Academy of Pediatrics emphasizes that learning from screens requires interaction and discussion to transfer to the real world. This is what happens. Your 3-year-old watches an ABC video and learns that A is for apple on the tablet. But when you show them the letter A in a book, they don't recognize it. The learning stayed trapped in the digital world. Your 7-day swap: the co-viewing rule. Every minute of screen time includes parent participation. You watch together, you pause, you discuss, you connect what they see to their real world. Screen learning will actually transfer to real life. Mistake 4 of 9, wait and see as default. You default to wait and see when you notice potential delays. They're still young, you tell yourself. Boys develop slower. They'll catch up eventually. Early intervention research shows us that effectiveness drops dramatically after age 3. The brain's plasticity windows are widest in those early years. Here's the scene that breaks my heart. Your 2.5-year-old only says 20 words. Your gut tells you something might be off, but everyone says boys talk later. So you wait another 6 months. Your 7-day swap: trust your instincts and act. Create a red flag checklist. Track milestones monthly. If something feels off, talk to your pediatrician about early intervention services. It's free, and there's no downside to getting an evaluation. You'll catch delays at the optimal intervention window instead of playing catch-up later. We're halfway through, and this next mistake might be happening right now while you're listening. Mistake 5 of 9, sleep drift. You let bedtime drift based on adult schedules. Family dinner runs late, so bedtime gets pushed. You sacrifice sleep for activities because we can catch up tomorrow. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine is clear. Toddlers need 11 to 14 hours of sleep daily. Under that threshold, memory consolidation gets disrupted. Picture this. Your 3-year-old goes to bed at 10 p.m. because family dinner ran late. They're hard to wake up in the morning, cranky all afternoon, and melt down over everything. Your 7-day swap: non-negotiable bedtime window between 7:30 and 8 p.m. Protect sleep like you protect meals. It's not optional. Behavior regulation and learning capacity will boost within a week. Mistake 6 of 9, overhelping. You help your child too quickly to get things done. You tie their shoes, cut their food into perfect pieces, solve their problems before they can even try. You're stealing practice opportunities. Motor skills and problem-solving abilities develop through struggle and repetition, not through watching someone else do it perfectly. Watch this scene. Your child struggles to open a toy box for 30 seconds. You can see they're getting frustrated, so you step in and open it for them. You just robbed them of a chance to build persistence and problem-solving skills. Your 7-day swap: the count to 10 rule. When you see them struggling, count to 10 before offering help. Then ask, do you want to try again, or would you like some help? Independence and confidence will surge. Mistake 7 of 9, no unstructured play. Your schedule is packed with classes, activities, and structured play dates. Every moment has a purpose, a learning objective, or adult direction. Creativity and executive function develop through unstructured playtime. Overscheduling means no time to practice independent thinking or creative problem solving. This is what overscheduled looks like. Saturday morning soccer, afternoon art class, structured play date with learning activities. When you tell your child, "Go play," they stare at you blankly and say, "I don't know what to do." Your 7-day swap, boredom windows, 1 hour daily with zero entertainment and zero direction from you. No screens, no activities, no suggestions. Creative thinking will explode. The next 2 mistakes are literally inside your child's body, and most parents have no idea. Mistake 8 of 9, nutrition. Blind spot. You accept picky eating as just a phase and don't track micronutrients, especially iron. If they're eating something, you figure they're fine. Iron deficiency in toddlers is extremely common and affects cognitive development and behavior long before anemia shows up on blood tests. Here's what you don't see. Your child only eats white pasta, crackers, and chicken nuggets. They refuse everything else. They seem tired, have trouble focusing, and are more irritable than other kids their age. Your 7-day swap: schedule an iron audit with your pediatrician. Discuss iron testing and strategies for iron-fortified foods, even for picky eaters. Energy and focus improvements can be dramatic. Mistake 9 of 9, hidden toxins, not my house. You assume your home is safe because it's yours. You don't consider lead exposure, especially if you live in an older home or rental property. The CDC is clear. There is no safe level of lead exposure. Even low levels affect brain development, and the effects are irreversible. This scene happens silently. Your child plays near windows with old paint, touches surfaces, and puts their hands in their mouth. You have no idea that lead particles are accumulating in their system. Your 7-day swap: environmental audit. Test your water and paint for lead, especially if your home was built before 1978. This is particularly crucial for rental properties. You'll eliminate hidden risks you didn't know existed. Now that you know what's stealing your child's potential, let me paint you a picture of what's possible when you fix these invisible mistakes. 2 weeks from now, your child is more alert. The constant whining decreases. Sleep becomes easier, and you notice they can focus on activities for longer stretches. 3 months from now, their language explodes. They start solving problems independently instead of immediately asking for help. You see social confidence building as they interact with other children. 1 year from now, your child becomes a problem solver instead of a problem haver. Picture this. 6 months from today, your child opens their own breakfast items, troubleshoots when toys get stuck instead of immediately crying for help, and talks to you about their feelings instead of having meltdowns. You become the parent who caught it early, who trusted your instincts, who gave your child the foundation they needed to thrive instead of just survive. But I know what you're thinking right now. I know you're thinking, I barely have time to shower. How can I add more to my plate? And here's what I want you to hear. These aren't additions to your day. They're swaps. Instead of background TV, you choose silence. Instead of quick help, you pause for 10 seconds. The time investment is 0. I know you're thinking, my child has special needs, or this sounds like something that needs professional help. And here's what I want you to hear. These foundational changes work alongside professional support, not instead of it. You're not diagnosing anything. You're optimizing the environment where your child spends most of their time. I know you're thinking, if I cut screen time, my house will explode into chaos. And here's what I want you to hear. Transitions are hard for 3 days, then kids adapt faster than adults do. Start with co-viewing, not cold turkey elimination. So here's what I want you to do next. Pick 2 mistakes from this list. Start with the smallest change that feels manageable today. Track your observations in your phone notes. Write down what you notice before and after making the change. Your child's potential isn't set in stone. It's sculpted by the invisible moments you thought didn't matter. Remember when I told you that your child's brain is rewiring every second you're not watching? Now you know which seconds count the most. Comment below and tell me which 2 mistakes you're going to tackle first. I read every single comment. Next week, I'm sharing the 3-sentence bedtime routine that eliminates 90% of sleep battles. You won't want to miss it.